Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
Oh my goodness. How long has it been since we've had a victory like this, where the 49ers came out, did what they needed to do the entire time, from kickoff to finish, to get the dub? I feel like it's been a long time. It was weird because the first drive, it was like, oh my gosh, that's what this team looks like. This is what the team should look like offensively. Oh my gosh, this is what we should look like. And it just continued the entire time. You beat the Bears as bad as the Bills and the Packers beat you. And I really do feel like it was just a few key players that made the difference. Play calling was elite. I don't care how you feel about Kyle Shanahan. You came out running screens, play action. It worked to perfection. It was unbelievable how much play action, screens, running the ball, or just the threat of running the ball. We had no empty sets early on. It was unbelievable. And I was just like, thank you. This is what the team could be. Defensively, everybody that watches the show knows I'm not a Nick Sorensen guy at all. What a difference Talanoa Hufanga makes. You just replace one guy. Jair Brown out, Hufanga in. Everything worked to perfection. So much so that we get into the fourth quarter, we pull some of our starters. As soon as Hufanga came out, what happened? They drove 70-plus yards and got a touchdown drive the minute Jair Brown went in, Hufanga came out. It was just, I know it's more than that, but I said this earlier in the week. I don't think Jake Brindle's the worst player we have, especially as a starter. I think it was Jair Brown. And when that dude went out, this team went on fire. I don't know what Jair Brown's history is or future is. He was awesome last year. The worst player we had this year. I hope that it gets kind of revitalized. But I think that's kind of one of the main issues when you go from Steve Wilkes to Nick Sorensen. Just a huge decrease in play, man. Shout out to Flynn. He says, after today, Purdy has the most games with a passer rating of 130 plus of any quarterback ever in their first 3 seasons. Oh, how cool is that, man? And yeah, Brock Purdy was on fire the entire game. You run the ball, you play action, you go screens, you get the ball to Juwan Jennings, you get the ball to George Kittle. Everything else after that is an aftershot. It's so simple. And I feel like most 49ers fans have been screaming this from the rooftops the whole time. George Kittle is what the 49ers offense should go through. And even when Isaac Guerrero, was shout out to him, the rookie, played awesome. In the passing game, pass protection still a big issue. But even running game, but when he went out, I put the tape out there whenever he walked to the locker room. Patrick Taylor Jr. comes in. Efficiency from the running back position is all you need. I love Guerrero. I really, really do. I didn't like his tape coming out of college. I didn't like the way he played through, training camp. I didn't like the way he played in preseason. I didn't like his reps whenever he finally got in. But you tailored your offense to the inefficiencies of Isaac Guerrero, number 31, and it worked to a T. It was awesome. So much so that whenever he went out, Patrick Taylor steps in and still scored a touchdown. It was awesome. It was so great. So I don't think I'm the only one that feels this way. This is what the season should have felt like the entire time. But we couldn't get there. There's no Nick Bosa. There's so many players out. Trent Williams, Brandon Ayuk. I get it. However, You came into today's game with a game plan that was suited around the players you had. And I feel like it's games like today. This is why I believe in Kyle Shanahan. Today, today, this is why. I know it's not always like that. It should be. You won by 25. I get it. Against a Bears team that had 4 wins. I get it. I get it. I get it. This is what the season should be. This is what it is. Don't act like you're smarter. I said all week, if you run the ball 26 plus times, you win this game. Well, how many runs do we have? Yeah, 30 plus. Boom. That's what it is. It doesn't matter the yards per carry. That's not what's important. It's you took your game, how you built this team to them. That changed everything. That changed everything. As soon as you show up and you punch those dudes in the face in your play action, screens, outside zone, inside zone, trap plays, doesn't matter. As soon as you set the tone, every single thing goes your way. That's who this team is. And man, oh my gosh, let me say this. If you bet with us, good Lord, you got paid this weekend big time.
You know football. You watch all the games. You know what's going to happen before it actually does. So why don't you put your knowledge to the test over at MyBookie, where you can bet on everything. Go to mybookie.ag, use promo code 49ERS, 49ers, or scan this QR code next to me, and they're going to match your initial deposit. Put in 50, you get 50. Put in 100, you get 100, all the way up to $1,000. Plus, you can bet everywhere. California, Texas, doesn't matter. I've been in California for years. I've used it for 6 straight years. Easy to get money in, easy to get money out, trusted source, and you can bet on anything you want. You want to bet on politics, any sport, you name it. They've got the casino if that's your thing. You name it, MyBookie is there for you. Now, make sure you use promo code 49ERS to get that double deposit. And MyBookie, bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie.
So a couple of questions and comments that are out there just on like the chat and Twitter. My number one takeaway from this game is you have to sign Talanoa Hufanga. Like that is, I'm wearing the jersey. I'm biased. I get it. Yeah, I know I look sexy. I totally understand. For those of you guys that are just listening to audio, man, Hufanga showed up and everything started to click. Everything. There were series where no Nick Bosa. You didn't have your starting 2 defensive tackles out there. Didn't care. And Turgos Matos went off. Probably his best game as a 49er. But a lot of it was because he was fresh. All the D-line was fresh. You dominated the first quarter. You dominated the second quarter. So everybody out there on the defensive line, like they were fresh. And it worked consistently. I don't think this is a Bears loss. I think this is way more the 49ers finally did what they want to do, and they orchestrated it that way and controlled the clock early. Brock Purdy was phenomenal. If like this show ends and I don't say that, like, oh my gosh, Brock Purdy was phenomenal. Unbelievable. You throw the ball to Juwan Jennings, you throw the ball to George Kittle, great things happen. Period. The whole time. Do that more. Do it more. Ricky Pearsall finally got a catch. Still not effective or influential, probably is the right word, in the game. I don't give a damn. Ben Barch gets injured. We're down to our 3rd left guard. Don't care. It doesn't matter. Aaron Banks, not as good as Ben Barch, not as good as Spencer Burford when he's healthy. Like, if he is healthy, yes, he's better than those guys, but that's a problem. He hasn't been. Everything works so clean, man. Oh, and just sitting in the stands the entire time was just like a huge breath of fresh air. This is what 49ers fans have wanted consistently. And we finally felt this just like, defense is clicking, offense is clicking, we're running the ball. Special teams, still special teams. Oh, good Lord. That kick from Moody, I don't even want to talk about that. That was absolutely joke. You've got to be kidding me. How are you in the professional NFL league? You're the highest drafted kicker in the NFL. Why do you suck so bad? Anyway, whatever. The Niners have, I don't know, righted the ship short term. We'll see. You're not in the playoffs yet. What's happening across the NFL, I don't give a damn. I don't care what the Rams do. I don't care what the Seahawks do. I don't care what the Cardinals do. I just want to see good football from the 49ers. And I think we saw that today. I think that's a huge step forward. So Thursday, huge game. We're going to be breaking down the film nonstop this weekend. Let's go. Finally. If only the 49ers started here, where would they be? That's a huge question. Love you guys. Niners win, dominating fashion, start to finish. Unbelievable. Like a couple teams have done to us, but we got the dub. Let's move forward. We got 4 more. Let's go. Until next time, you are the best that's out there, period. And until next time, stay strong, faithful.